Dallas Cowboys fans, what we witnessed against the Detroit Lions was the kind of loss that shakes a building. A primetime stage, playoff implications on the line, national eyes focused on Dak Prescott and this surging Dallas team. And in the moments where the Cowboys needed clarity, they found chaos instead. But despite the sting, despite the frustration, despite the narrative the national media is already celebrating, there is far more to this story than a scoreboard suggests. Dak Prescott entered this matchup with confidence, and honestly, he had every reason to believe in his offense. They had torched Detroit the last time they met. The film told them what looks to expect, where the mismatches were, how to open the field. But football isn't played on paper, it's played in the trenches. And from the opening minutes, Dallas looked like a team fighting uphill through mud. The drives were there, yardage, rhythm, open receivers. But again and again, the Cowboys crossed the 50-yard line only to stall. Field goals instead of touchdowns, missed timing instead of dagger plays. And that pattern, the one Dak promised would break, refused to die. Even so, Prescott battled. He shook off pressure all night from a Detroit front that came in cold, but suddenly played like a playoff defensive line. The Lions had 4 sacks in the previous 4 games combined, but against Dallas, they sacked Dak 5 times, with Aiden Hutchinson overwhelming Nate Thomas snap after snap. Still, Dak hung in. Still, he kept attacking. His interception to start the second half wasn't a forced error. It was unlucky, deflected by pressure, the kind of moment that shifts momentum against you before you even blink. And when CeeDee Lamb went down with a concussion, a devastating blow to a Dallas offense already on life support, everything became heavier. George Pickens, usually sharp and explosive, took a lazy angle on a crucial route that cost Dallas a manageable 4th down. Opportunities slipped, one after another, not because of lack of talent, but because of breakdowns in detail. Meanwhile, the defense, which had shown real growth over the past 3 weeks, crumbled under the Lions' speed and physicality. Jahmyr Gibbs gashed the front 7, Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jamison Williams stacked one explosive play on top of another. Every time Dallas clawed its way back into the game, Detroit answered instantly, marching through the secondary like it wasn't even there. Zone breakdowns, communication lapses, and mismatches exposed Matt Eberflus in a way that will demand serious off-season discussion. But even with all of this working against them, the Cowboys still fought back. Down multiple scores, with momentum swallowed by the crowd, with injuries piling up, they dragged themselves within 3 points late in the 4th quarter. That grit matters. That resilience matters. That fight matters. Those are the traits of a team that is not collapsing. They're learning. They're hardening. They're evolving. And let's be clear, this season is not over. Not even close. Dallas now watches the Chargers and Eagles on Monday night, knowing the door is still cracked open. And with the remaining schedule heavily in their favor, the Cowboys can still push, still surge, still take a run at a postseason spot the league is prematurely trying to take away from them. Cowboys Nation, this isn't the time to retreat. This is the time to stand taller. Losses like this don't end seasons. They define how teams respond. And this team has already proven it can rise through adversity. Now I want to hear from you. Did this loss change your belief in the Cowboys, or do you still see the playoff push coming? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe to Dallas Game Day so you never miss the latest breakdowns, reactions, and updates from Dallas Game Day.